Hey everybody, Tim here with today's episode of Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Season 7, Episode 3, Afterimage. So, I don't think this was necessarily the best episode or the worst episode, but it was kind of an obligated type of episode. This is all about Ezri and basically how she's now Jadzia's replacement, and it kind of deals with the tough issues of like talking to Worf, reintroducing her to all of her friends and stuff like that. So I think it's kind of interesting though, because they've gone out of their way in previous episodes to say like after a Trill dies, basically all ties are supposed to be cut, whereas in this one we see Ezri try to make some of those connections, but I don't know, it just seems like she shouldn't have been like stationed aboard Deep Space Nine. And technically she's not. She's supposed to be on a ship. But it's kind of fun to watch her go through, like, oh, she's going to try to drink a Ractigino because Jadzia liked that, but she hates it. And she starts to order a steak, but Tobin was a vegetarian, so she cancels it. And just kind of going through, like, these 7, 8, 9 lifetimes of memories that are stuck in her head. And she has to wade through all of these and sort them and figure out who is she now and what does she want to do. For the most part, this episode is kind of about her and Garrick, because Garrick has been having these claustrophobia attacks, which we've seen in previous episodes, and it turns out that Ezri is actually a counselor. She's just a counselor in training, but still, she's a counselor, and it's just kind of her working with Garrick. Overall, I personally, like, as much as I love Garrick, I didn't find that the subplot to be that interesting. But like I said, I felt like it was necessary to kind of show what she can do. For the most part, I really liked her dealing with Worf, where like she briefly starts to talk to Worf, and Worf is like, "You're not my wife is dead, don't talk to me again." And she's like, "Okay, I'll respect your wishes." So she leaves, and then she ends up having lunch with Dr. Bashir. And, I mean, just a casual lunch, and everything's going fine. And then Worf attacks Dr. Bashir and says, like, "You're disrespecting Jadzia's memories. Like, how dare you do that? You're basically cheating," and all sorts of other stuff. And Dr. Bashir's like, "All we did was go to lunch, and that's not Jadzia. Like, I can do whatever I want." And it's just kind of fun to kind of watch that. One of the things that I really kind of caught me off guard was Cisco sitting in his office, and the doorbell rings, whatever, and he tells them to enter, and there's nobody standing outside his door. And his door's like mostly glass. Well, it rings a couple more times, and he goes to like this side door, and that's where Ezri comes in. And she's like, "I want to like quit Starfleet and just go back to Trill," and she ends up coming back, but whatever. And like, I've never seen this door. I've never paid attention enough to realize that there's a door there, and I have no idea like how she got to be on the other side of that door. It was just really weird and really random, and I get why they did it, because then it leads to a really great shot where she walks in and she's looking through the glass doors at Worf. But, like, how did she get there? Like, I don't know. It bothered me. It's like she beamed into his closet or something. I don't know. But overall, I did like this episode in the fact that we now have met Ezri, and we are slowly starting to get to know her personality, because it's not Jadzia, and that's something that we have to remember. But overall, I don't know, it wasn't a great episode, but like I said, it's an obligated type of episode. For those who have seen this one, I know Ezri gets a lot of hate, and I disagree with it. I think she's a great character in her own right. Like, if she had been there from the season premiere, like, people would have loved her just the same. So what do you guys think about this episode? What do you think about her connections to Worf, and just kind of overall? Go ahead, let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys for everything, and I will see you guys next time for Take Me Out to the Holosuite.